I'm Rob. I make it better, that's what I do. So is Path of Exile 2 a good or a bad game? I think it's probably one of the worst games I ever played. I played games since the 80s, on Big 20 and Commodore 64. I played on PC, played EverQuest back in 99, that's 25 years ago. And that was pretty hardcore back then. It took about 3 months to get to level 28 out of 50 levels, and that was fast. So I've been playing Path of Exile Early Access here, and I probably had my worst leveling experience ever in my fucking life. The game feels absolute shit. So nothing drops. So at level 27 or whatever I am right now, I have basically zero resist. So there's nothing that drops that makes me able to, increase my resistance gear. There's nothing like that. So it's just shit. Maybe you can buff it, I don't know, but having that, it's like movies, right? If you watch Robert Redford in that movie where he's in CIA, he's with a bunch of people, he's gonna go grab some coffee for everybody. He does that, comes back, everybody's dead. And you go, what just happened? That's a great intro. And this game, when you playing it, you're waiting for something to happen, but it never happens. Because when you do a skill, I play a warrior, right? And when I do a skill, I have to watch the animation do. So my input and the action until I do actual combat takes fucking forever. Then you don't have any move skills, and movement is so slow. And then they have this console game design, which is pretty much shit. And if the game feels absolutely fucking horrible. Yeah, no, it's early access. Maybe you can fix it to full release in a year. And I don't think so, because they're choosing the design, and for them to change the design will take a lot of effort from their side and decision making, and just change the whole game. And I don't think they can do that, because they will lose so much money. But at least for me, I'm gonna have Path of Exile 1, the first game they had. It's still gonna make leaks for that. Lucky me, because this game feels. And the second thing here that's really fucks me up in this case is you have to do a lot of combination skill, and then you have to wait for the animation to finish, and then you have to wait for the animation to finish in the combination skill. I'm like, who thought this was a good idea? I don't know, because it's kind of suck. So I had probably, because I'm trying to think back to games I played and engaged in all that, but I never had this kind of feeling that this game is absolutely a piece of shit at the moment. I can't recommend it. Don't play Path of Exile 2, for God's sake. Don't buy anything like that, because you're probably gonna experience I don't mind that the game is difficult. I don't mind that but if it's or slow. But if the gameplay loop doesn't work, which it doesn't do in Path of Exile 2 here, the gameplay loop doesn't work. It's pretty, music, visually and so on, everything is, support HDR on your monitor and stuff like that, TVs. Game looks absolutely awesome. Everything is, works really great. But the problem is the gameplay loop is absolute shit. And my head goes like this, do I want to level another character? The answer is no, I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to stick with this character and, slugging me through, how long, whatever it takes, until I get it to, what they call end game. And hopefully, some skill, at level 50, something like that, I make it, viable and fun. But then I have to, think about, okay, do I really need to want to play a new character and have to wait 50 levels, play basically for 3 or 4 or 5 days, depending on 6 days maybe, before I can have fun, kind of, with a character? And the answer is no. Either the game is fun from the beginning, or they failed in the design. And there's another game called Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 and Diablo 4. And Diablo 4 is the recent one. And that game kind of sucks because one, it has no content, and then the devs, I don't know why, they always do a broken build for, and because they want to attend to, instant gratification, you know, and that doesn't give you long term. But because the game loop they have, it basically means that if everybody runs through the game too fast. When I was playing EverQuest back in '99, when you were like 7, 8 level, you maybe met people who were out there and you can actually buy buffs from them. And for 20 minutes you can run much faster, for example. That was the thing. And crafters were, able to craft things in the first 10 levels, and you can buy them, and because they would really be. Nowadays, everybody wants to skip everything, campaign all the stuff. So just go to end game. And I don't mind going through the campaign because I do that in poe2. But this campaign here, the way the game is set up, makes it feel absolute shit. I don't think they can fix it either, because they choose to design with dodge roll, which means that if moving in this game feels absolute shit. So poe2 as far is a fucking failure, if you ask me. The gameplay loop doesn't work. And what I mean by gameplay loop is like when you're digging for gold or diamonds or something like that. You go into the mine and and then maybe you find some gold, or you in the river and washing it, and you get a little bit of a glimmer that makes you continue, right? But if you keep doing it for every day and you find no gold for 10 years, you probably go insane at some point, probably. This is what this game feels like. Nothing really. It doesn't feel good. And when you have a game like that and design it, I know it's early access still, but I mean, I can't figure out how they're gonna fix this. Even if they increase the drop rate a lot and a lot of other things, it still will feel bad in the gameplay because they choose to implement dodge roll design. So yeah, I'm not optimistic about this game, sadly. I want them to get better, but when they choose this kind of design, pretty much a failure, if you ask me. But I know some people love it, I'm sure. People who are born into the console gaming, who delay, they can't aim, because the difference here is that poe2 is actually, you need to be skilled there. This game, not so much. Dodge roll is not skilled, you just have to avoid everything. I mean, and then do some damage with combinations, and like, how fun is this? This is not fun, it's just work. That's what it feels like. This game, poe2, feels like a job, not a game. And if you design it like it becomes a job, I think as a designer, Jonathan, you fail. You fail the gamers, sadly. So I figured I'd just do a short clip here. So I'm level 27 here, right? So this is my resist, right? Basically, it's horrible, right? And I have no real way of fixing it because, I'm still wearing a few blue items, even at level 27, because nothing drops, right? So this game absolutely, and what I'm doing here is I'm pressing a button, and I'm waiting for the animation to finish, and nothing really happens, right? And it feels like I'm just playing in syrup, and the movement skill alongside that makes it also feel like I'm playing on an ice skating rink, on ice, because the character feels like it's not really, anchored to the world. And there I die, because I don't have any resist. So this game is pretty much, and I don't really have a way of farming it because it's so that's early access for people. Don't buy this. It's just horrible at the moment.